Hi there, this is Ruben from Dutch Round 1. Thanks again for coming by. Thanks for watching another episode. As always, I appreciate your time and I appreciate your support. Today I've got something different for you. I'm going to give you an introduction to my dialect, which is West Vlaams, which is spoken in the northwestern parts of Belgium in West-Vlaanderen. But before we do that, remember to give the like if you like this content, subscribe to the channel if you want more, and let me know in the comments if this was useful for you or not. But without much further ado, let's go straight for today's lesson. So why did I make this lesson? Well, basically this is for the students learning Dutch who moved to West-Vlaanderen. I mean, you've studied Dutch maybe in the Netherlands, maybe in Brussels, maybe in Ghent, and then you come to West-Vlaanderen and then you figure out that they speak a complete different language over there. So basically what I've done, I've taken some expressions, some words of West Vlaams that are quite common, and I'm basically going to help you understand them and maybe get rid of your frustration after having learned Dutch for so many years. Then you come to West-Vlaanderen and you don't understand anything at all. Me, I'm from that province, so basically I was born close to Roeselare, so I was born in the heart of West-Vlaanderen, and I'll help you out. I'll pronounce basically the words in West Vlaams, then in normal Dutch, in general Dutch, standard Dutch as we call it, and I'll also give you the English translation. We'll start with the first one, and the first one is I. Alright, I. It could mean maybe that you're in pain. Well, in West-Vlaanderen it also means that, but sometimes people start a sentence with I, and that's actually als je, or in English, if you. So I, you will notice in West-Vlaanderen, where we live, sometimes we tend to eat our words. That's what they say, and also we kind of combine a lot of words in one. Alright, so I is als je, or if you in English. We go to the next one, and that's basically the greeting in West-Vlaanderen. Sometimes people say West, or just they'll say West. And that is basically, again, as you can see, a contraction of hoe is het. Alright, West is hoe is het. How are you in English? Alright, we continue, and then basically we have wuk. Wuk is basically followed with wuk zeg je, and that's what blief, what are you saying, okay? Wuk is mostly what, and if you say wuk zeg je, then it's basically wat blief. What are you saying? We continue with the next one, which is basically the same, just said differently, and that's wadde. Wadde is what or wat blief. What are you saying? Alright, so we've done 4 expressions, we've done 4 words maybe, and you've noticed that they differ quite a lot from the general Dutch to general Flemish. We continue with the next one, and the next one is ja wadde of ja dadde. Both of them mean the same, and you know, it's basically in general Dutch that would be dat is indrukwekkend. This is impressive. Somebody has done something very impressive, and you'll say ja wadde or ja dadde, or dat is indrukwekkend. This is impressive. We continue with the next one. The next one is a personal favorite of mine. You'll hear it all the time in West-Vlaanderen, and that's basically mahozag. And mahozag is dat meen je niet. You can't be serious in English. So basically when somebody's telling you something which seems quite strange or interesting, or you don't believe it straight away, or you're impressed basically just by the fact that's been stated, then you can say mahozag, dat meen je niet. You can be serious. Mahozag, used quite a lot in our regions. We continue with the next one, and the next one is tip me. Tip me is basically volgens mij. Somebody will start a sentence, wants to give his or her opinion, and they will start with tip me, and that's basically according to me. It doesn't mean give me a tip, give me some extra money. No, it's basically tip me is according to me in West-Vlaanderen. We continue, and this one I also kind of like, and this one is tes al geen avance. Tes al geen avance means in Dutch, het heeft allemaal geen zin. There's no point to it. Basically, there's a problem, somebody is trying to propose many solutions, but none of them will work. Then you'll say, het is al geen avance, het heeft helemaal geen zin. There's no point to it. We continue. I like this one also, and that's basically vanwegens. When somebody's saying something which is obvious, you'll say vanwegens. Maar natuurlijk, of course, you know, it's obvious what you're saying. So that's basically when you use vanwegens in West-Vlaanderen. We continue with the next one. The next one I also quite like, and that's basically preus lek of preus gelijk 40. And that's somebody who's very proud. Heel trots zijn, to be very proud. Mostly it's used when children do something great, and you can see that they're extremely proud, extremely happy with what they've done. Then you can say, ze zijn preus gelijk 40, ze zijn preus gelijk 40, ze zijn heel trots. To be very proud. We continue with the next one, and the next one is basically if you're wondering, if you're thinking about something, you can say kwetsonder. Ik vraag mij af. I wonder. That one is basically also quite often used in our regions. We go to the next one, and then basically when you would say that you're leaving, you can say ik ben voort. Ik ben voort is ik vertrek. I am leaving. Alright, we continue. I hope you guys are not despairing yet, but indeed the dialect of West Vlaanders is completely different to the general Dutch, the general Flemish spoken in Belgium. Of course, during my courses that I'm giving you the general Dutch, the general Flemish explanations, and also the grammar, the vocabulary, and the pronunciation. So the next one is yes, jene kanaar. Yes, jene kanaar. This is only one of the thousands of expressions we have to say that somebody is very drunk. Hij is heel dronken. That would be the general way of stating it. And West-Vlaanderen we say, yes, jene kanaar. You can also see the French influence. Kanaar, French, means a duck. Alright, so he's a duck. Hij is heel dronken. Alright, we continue, and then we have tsawazin. Tsawazin is, dat is toch duidelijk in normal Flemish, as we may call it that way. And then another way of saying that's obvious in English. Tsawazin, dat is toch duidelijk. We continue with trend. Trend, a nice example of another contraction in our dialect. So basically trend, we would pronounce it as one word, but in Flemish, it's actually het regent, it rains in English. We continue with the next one. Ik jeune me. Ik jeune me, reflexive, as you can see. Ik heb het naar mijn zin. I am having a good time. Jeune me. Ik jeune me is basically you're at a party, you're with family, you're with friends, and you're having a good time. Then you can say ik jeune me. Alright, the next one is also quite nice. Je buzze. Buzzen is basically a way of saying that somebody is quite lucky. Je buzzen is hij heeft veel geluk. He is very lucky. Alright, also quite often used in our regions. We continue with the next one, and the next one is curieuze neuze. There's a curieuze neuze. A curieuze neuze is somebody who's very nosy, een nieuwsgierig persoon. Literally, if you would take the two words, curieus is curious, and then neuze in West Vlaams would be nose. So it's actually quite close to English. It's nosy, nieuwsgierig persoon. We continue, and if you're a little bit tired, then what you can do is a takshadun, and a takshadun in Flemish would be een dutje doen, is basically to have a nap. Alright, that would be our way of saying we have a siesta, een takshadun. We continue with the next one, and if basically things are going quite slowly and want things to speed up, then you can say geef maar chatten, geef maar chatten. Doe maar snel door, just proceed quickly. Sometimes in sports, training, at work, this could be of use. Geef maar chatten. We go to the next one, and the next one is elkse hoste. Elkse hoste is iedereen heeft zijn eigen smaak. Everyone has their own taste or preference. It could also be a taste, could be a preference. Elkse hoste, that's what it means in West-Vlaanderen. We continue with the next one, and the next one is basically when you have to do something very simple, something very easy, you can say tot niden. doet niet in is het houdt niets in. Alright? Actually quite close to general Flemish now, to standard Dutch, algemeen Nederlands, as they would call it in Vlaanderen, and that is basically in English. It is very easy. We continue with the last one, and the last one is also a personal favorite of mine. Je ze had gebeten. Je ze had gebeten is hij is boos of geïrriteerd. He is angry or irritated. So basically when somebody makes a remark, when somebody offends somebody, and you can see that the other person isn't really taking it lightly, or he's a bit offended, he's a bit angry about it, then you can say, je ze had gebeten. Alright, so these were some common expressions in West Vlaams. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope for the people learning Dutch living in West Vlaanderen, this can actually be quite useful for you. I hope that you can try a few. I'm sure the local people would definitely be impressed with your skills. I want to thank you again for watching. If you like this content, remember to give the like, subscribe to the channel if you want more. If you want to help out the channel, go to the description box, click on the Buy Me a Coffee link, and I will greatly appreciate it. I want to wish you a great rest of the day, and stay tuned for another episode of Dutch Round 1. Ciao.